What up though, it's your boy Kevin the Vet, Tarvis Fit, no bull, just bulk baby. Welcome to this special edition of 2 Minute Bulk. You want to become a trap star, get all that extra meat on your neck? Stay tuned, man. This is a special edition to help build them bang-sized traps. Let's get it. What's good, squad? What I needed to do was make this, I guess is my training tip video on building traps. And let me tell you the reason why. If I am not asked at least once every other day, and I'm being modest in regards to how my neck is so thick and why my traps are so broad, and I ain't never been asked before in my life. Matter of fact, if I had $1 for every time somebody asked me how I get my traps so damn big, I'd be a rich man, all right? A lot of you guys would like to build traps. A lot of people do not have the ability or the knowledge to do so. They just kind of go through the motions. So I'm taking the time, and this really shouldn't even be called a 2 minute bulk because this is taking longer than 2 minutes. This is a very in-depth special edition. So I'm taking the time to show you how I do it. Now, the way I do it may not work for you, and some people may not agree with my training methods, and that's fine. But the way that I do it, as you can see, works for me. My traps and my delts are genetic hotspots. All of us have them. My biceps suck. Okay, they're not a hotspot on me. My quads are not a hotspot. But ever since I've been in high school, my traps have always been a hotspot on me. So everybody has their genetic hotspot. That's what I call a genetic hotspot. So, how to build Batman bang-sized traps. Here we go. This is my routine. I hope you guys enjoy this. The commentary is going to be, I'm going to try to make it as in-depth as I possibly can so that I can explain the reason why I do certain things, all right? So, I hope you guys enjoy this, man. Leave your comments at the bottom. And again, if you want them monster-sized traps, this is the video for you, man. Let's get it. Alright folks, so how does the trap muscle work? A lot of us do traditional trap shoulder shrugs, and we've been taught to go straight up and straight down. You can do this just sitting here watching the video, and you go straight up and straight down, and you notice that you have absolutely no trap involvement. You feel no kind of contraction. There's just really nothing. You just feel your shoulders going up and down. And this is the reason why. If you stand like this, your traps actually work at an angle. That is why a lot of people will advise you to either drop your neck so that you can get a deeper contraction, okay, in this fashion. Or people will tell you, I will tell you, to bend slightly at the waist. So that when you bend slightly at the waist, instead of your traps going up and down in a vertical fashion, you're actually bent at the waist and they're working in an angle. That is actually the way that they were meant to work, to move. The best optimal way to grow any muscle in any muscle group is to actually work the muscle in the fashion in which it was formed, in the way that it is supposed to perform in a normal everyday bodily movement, okay? In order for you to grow your traps, you have to understand that grabbing a weight, getting in that angle, contracting, engaging that muscle, and squeezing that muscle as hard as you possibly can is the best way to grow your trapezius muscle. There are different sections of the trap. You have an upper trap, you have a mid trap, and you have a lower trap. These can be activated in so many different fashions. That is why it is very optimal and very beneficial for you to work in angles. Always remember angles. With anything that you do, always incorporate angles. The first exercise that you see me doing right here are a wide grip Slightly bent at the waist, a wide grip barbell shrug. You don't need a lot of weight to do this, okay? As you can see, I'm bent slightly at the waist so that I can get that trap in that particular angle, in the optimal angle, and I'm squeezing. This is not just a rapid movement of my shoulders. That does absolutely nothing. It exerts and expends a lot of energy, and you're not getting any growth out of this movement at all. Once I'm done with this, and you can do this as well, you can incorporate farmer's carries or a variation, which is right here. And the variation is just grabbing a 45-pound plate, and you use the plate in the front, you shrug to the side, you shrug, and to the rear as far as you can, and you shrug. The best way to move this weight is to actually try to rotate your scapula and shrug in this fashion. That will engage and activate that trap muscle to its optimal peak performance, and I promise you, the squeeze, the contraction, the whole nine is going to be extremely heavy. You will feel a very full and fluid pump. Alright guys, now the next exercise that I performed here, as you can see, some of you are probably going to be like, what the fuck is he doing? But listen to what I'm telling you. Angles are very imperative. They work masterfully, and you have to work outside the box. What you see me doing here are overhead shrugs. They're very unique in nature. They are out of the norm, and they're definitely outside of the box. Now, you don't need a lot of weight for either one. In order to do this, I obviously use the Smith machine just for demonstration purposes. You can use a power rack to do this as well. 45 pounds is plenty. To start out, I would suggest 25 to 35 pounds just to find your range. And trust me, you are going to feel every inch of this. As you see me doing, ensure that my hands obviously are wider than shoulder width, okay? I'm shrugging, and I'm trying as best I can to keep soft elbows. Why do I say that? You don't want to lock out because you don't want the tension on your elbow. You want to put all the pressure, and the attention has to be on the trap muscle. So I keep soft elbows not to lock out, and I shrug specifically with my traps. There is absolutely no pushing with the bicep. Try hard as hell not to push with your tricep, and just move the weight with your traps. Squeeze as high, as hard as you can for a count of 2 seconds. If you can, 1.5 to 2 seconds is plenty. Come back down till your shoulders lock in place, and then right back up. This is an extreme pump. It's awkward feeling at first, but trust me, the pump is absolutely ridiculous, and it will continue to help break down and tear that muscle fiber to help build more. And this will add another dimension to your shoulder or trap workout or training session whenever you incorporate these. Do these twice a week if you can, and trust me, they are going to pay off in spades. Okay squad, the very next exercise that was performed, as you see here, are seated bent barbell shrugs. Why am I seated? This is to take all of the momentum out of the legs. A lot of guys like to use their calves and quads to help push up heavy weight doing barbell shrugs, thinking that, you know, if I get 3 or 4 plates on here and I just move it as many times as I can, as fast as I can, then I'm going to get the best results. False. Okay? We sit down, as you can see me here sitting down, take all of the pressure and the ability to force the weight up out of the legs, and you completely isolate the traps in this fashion. Again, it's always at an angle, never straight up, okay? As you can see, you try to get at least 15 to 20 in. A lot of people say if you can go more than 12, you're doing too many. Hogwash, okay? In this sense of what I'm doing here, that's bullshit. I am trying to get as many reps as possible with an optimal amount of weight to squeeze. It is all about the contraction and squeezing that muscle, okay? Once I've done this is old school technique here. This is what we use in high school and college for football. You wrestlers, MMA fighters, you guys know exactly what this is. You can get this for about $19 on eBay. Not eBay, you can get eBay, you can get anywhere online, all right? This is a neck harness. Okay, you see boxers using this. Any kind of competitive contact sport we would actually use as wrestlers, fighters, boxers, X, Y, and Z, football players, the whole nine. All right, this is a very unique piece of equipment. Not only can you use it with free weight, but you can also use it on your cable or pulling machines as well. All right, and this will help get you that thick neck. If you want somebody to notice whether or not you are a big time baller in the gym and whether or not you lift, I promise you, if you want an 18 to 19-inch neck, you put one of these on, baby, and your neck will grow in spades. Believe me when I tell you. All right, squad, the next exercise here that you see are called dumbbell cranks. Why do I crank them? Very unique exercise, very specific in nature. All right, this is an alternative to the seated barbell shrug. All right, but what we're doing is taking dumbbells, so you can individually use the dumbbell to utilize the weight individually to make sure that you're getting that full contraction on each trap. It's not a unified movement, but you have to make sure that you're getting muscle mind connection on each side. You can't just do one without the other. You have to make sure that both of them are unison and they're performing uniformly, okay? Why do we crank? There's a specific reason. To move that weight down and back up is causing that trap to activate even farther than it would if you just pull up. That extra movement gets that mid and that lower trap involved, okay? You don't want imbalances in your neck or trap region, so this is why I incorporate this. And this is what I actually go through to get my traps as thick and as full as they actually are. These are very unique in nature. Again, you want to do at least 3 to 4 sets of these. Get as many as you can. 12 to 15 reps per is optimal, but get as many as you can. And again, you don't need a lot of weight. So check your ego at the door. 100 pounds is not necessary. You don't need that. 45 is plenty. The range of motion on the trap is not much, so you don't need a hell of a lot of weight to make them grow. Some of us got to get out of this ideology that we got to have massive amounts of weight in order to make our muscles grow. That's what's stunting some of you, because you can't move the weight. You get frustrated and you quit. You don't need a lot of weight. Start small, work your way up. It will pay off. All right, family, the very last exercise in this training session, these are bent over rear cable crossovers or traps. The movement is very small, the range of motion is very small, but the pump is severe, and this is a great way to top off and end any trap exercise or trap routine that you have. Now, as you see, I'm bent over. If you happen to have this particular machine in your gym, you grab the handles at a cross position, you're bent at the waist, and what you want to do is you want to actually move the weight with your traps. This is going to incorporate mid and lower trap, all right? You're going to get an overall pump. This is a severe pump, actually, to be honest with you. And this is a great way to finish off your traps. They are already going to be taxed at this point, but if you just top this off, and I promise you, you run this routine 2 times a week for about 4 weeks, you will see definition like you have never seen before in your trap region, and I promise you, your traps are going to grow, and you're going to see significant difference in your shirts. And everybody's going to ask you, damn son, how you get them traps like that? And you can respond, from my homeboy Kevin the Vet. Anyway, guys, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this. That is my trap routine, to get these monster slabs of meat on the top of your neck, to get that big. I mean, you know you got a big trap section when you get out the shower and you have water pools right here. You know your traps is on point. I ain't kid. Want to get them, man? Please try this routine. I hope you guys enjoy that. Leave your comments at the bottom, man. It's your boy, Kevin the Vet Taurus, fit, no bulletins, bro, baby. That is your special edition 2-minute bro on becoming a trap star. And I'm out.
Work it out.